Welcome to this session entitled Executive Views on Open Automation. I'm Harry Forbes from ARC Advisory Group. I'm really excited about having these people on stage to talk because these are representatives of three companies, one a supplier and two end users who have really pushed the envelope in the industrial automation space, one from a factory automation's perspective and one from a process automation perspective. So I think we're going to have a great discussion here today, and we're going to have a little bit of presentation, well, actually a little bit of presentation, and then some discussion afterwards, but there'll be plenty of time for discussion among the participants here and also from you. So I presume by your attendance at this session, you have an interest in the topic. And so let me point out, there will be a session Wednesday afternoon, 2 to 3:30, entitled Autonomous Operations, which will feature a presentation by Don Bartusiak and Dave of CSI and Dave Hedge of ExxonMobil. So that session would be of interest to you, potentially. Another second session that would be of interest, potentially, is tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, at 8:30 a.m., and that session is entitled The Future of the Industrial Edge, and that's going to feature a presentation by Tyler Soderstrom of ExxonMobil, and what he's going to be talking about is an aspect of the ExxonMobil Lighthouse project, the operator human-machine interface, which, as far as I know, we haven't had any discussion of in the forum or anywhere. So at the end of the year, ARC does an extensive survey on a broad set of topics, and we put in 2 questions on open automation in this year's survey. And the full results of the survey will be published by ARC, but there were 2 points on open automation that I wanted to bring out. The first was we asked about which automation technologies would be used in RFQs, or required in RFQs in the next 1 to 2 years. And sadly, I would say I wasn't happy. Both the Nomura MTP and the OPAS specification were not expected to be required in the next 1 to 2 years by a majority of our respondents. So to me, that indicates that there's some work to be done within the end user firms to get this going. We can talk more about that later. The next question we asked was about deployment of virtualized controllers for PLCs or DCS. And the response to that was quite a bit different. If you look at that, you can see that a majority of the folks responding expected to use it around half the time or more than half the time. So my conclusion from that is that there's going to be more virtualization than people might expect in the market. And let me just point to one more sign of the apocalypse. Okay, I'm joking, that's a lame joke. This is not really the end times, but from the automation perspective, this is a slide from the Beckhoff release at the SPS show 3 months ago in Germany. And what they said was that they were going to offer their PLCs, instead of on a Beckhoff IPC, allow it to run in a on-prem data server with networking to the I/O, of course, by EtherCAT, because it's Beckhoff. But to me, from my perspective, Beckhoff is about the last company that I would expect ever to virtualize their control. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to them. They're a very formidable competitor, as anybody who's competed against them knows. An excellent automation company, but very focused on ultimate performance, and any trade-off in performance from virtualization is is unacceptable. I've heard people say that at very high levels in Beckhoff. But now, they've changed their tune, or at least they're offering their customers the opportunity to take these kind of configurations and run with them. And this is the kind of configuration similar to what Audi has done. So my takeaway from that is that we're going to see a lot of virtualization. Another anecdotal point that came out yesterday from the ExxonMobil presentation where David DeBerry said every single piece of software that we deployed in that Lighthouse project was in a container. So containerization and virtualization, those two things come together, but we're certainly a long way along toward virtualization.